Alright, multiplying polynomials. Should be familiar with this, mainly the FOIL method. I won't be particularly excited about using the FOIL method here. We'll look at the distribution method, but FOIL method is what people tend to like because it's a nice acronym here. FOIL stands for first, the first terms in each binomial, or binomial. By the way, FOIL method only works when you're multiplying two binomials. Okay, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of it, because it breaks down if you have any other type, but it's a good introduction to it. So first, then you multiply the outsides together, then the insides, and then the last. Okay, so we'll talk about this as we go here. We also want to look at the distributive property, which again is pretty basic algebra skill. So here in the first example, since we only have one term out there and this is a monomial times a binomial, we can just distribute here and here. Okay, so really what we end up with is 8y cubed times 2y squared minus 6y times 8y cubed. Okay, you got to multiply both terms inside there by 8y cubed. We end up with 16y to the 5th minus 48y to the 4th. Okay. In the next one here, we can use the FOIL method. I'm going to show you two ways. Okay, the first way is by FOIL. Okay, so we would go first, which is 3x. Go ahead and just multiply these. 3x times 5x, which is 15x squared. 3x times 7, which is 21x. Negative 2 times 5, which is negative 10x. Or negative 2 times 7, which is negative 14. Usually these two middle terms will add up. Okay, so we get 15x squared plus 11x minus 14. Okay, now that's by the FOIL. By the distributive property, or distributive method, we will look at it like this. We're going to take this entire thing here and distribute it to each term. So here, by the distributive method, you'll get the same thing, but we'll go 5x, and we're going to distribute the whole 3x minus 2, and 7 times 3x minus 2. So we distributed that whole thing. Then we distribute again, we get 15x squared minus 10x plus 21x minus 14. You'll notice that's the same as what we had on the other side. Oops. And so you get 15x squared plus 11x minus 14. Okay, two different ways of going about the problem. The distributive method will help you in many more cases than FOIL. Okay, and another example of how that'll happen is this. We can't FOIL this situation because we need more letters. FOIL's an acronym. We don't have a first, outside, inside, last. We have more because we have this middle term now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this entire thing again here, this x minus 2, and I'm going to distribute it to each term here. Okay, so what we end up with is x squared times x minus 2 plus 2x times x minus 2 plus 4 times x minus 2. Okay, and you end up with x cubed minus 2x squared plus 2x squared minus 4x plus 4x minus 8. Okay, and from there we have to just combine like terms. Notice here negative 2x squared positive 2x squared, negative 4x positive 4x, and so we're really left with x cubed minus 8. Okay, and this is actually a special factoring that we'll talk about at a later time.